Hey, welcome back. We are in Chapter 12, Drawing with Symbols, in our textbook, Adobe Illustrator Creative Cloud Revealed by Chris Botello. And again, we're working with symbols in this chapter, and I'm going to start out by demoing the first exercise, which is creating symbols. So by now, I have gotten the data file 12-1 open, and we are supposed to do a file save as. We're saving this as trail map underscore your name. And then we're going to open the symbols panel. And for those of you that don't remember, the symbols panel looks like this little four-leaf clover. We're going to select the brown house artwork, and it's going to be on the scratch board. So I'm going to have to zoom out here a little bit so we can actually see my scratch board. And there they are. And we want to get the brown house artwork. I'm going to get the selection tool, select it. And then we are going to click the symbols panel options, the down facing arrow, and we are going to click on new symbol. The dialog box opens, and we're going to type this, name this Ski Lodge. We're going to note the default movie clip type option, and then compare our symbols option dialog box to figure 2, or in just a moment it will be like mine on my screen. And we're going to click OK to add that to the symbols panel, and you'll see there it is on the symbols panel. Now the one advantage that you might not realize, but to making symbols, is that when you create a rather complicated piece of artwork, and I'm not sure if you remember what this looked like, but if you zoom in, just backed up for a moment so you could actually see. If you zoom in to this particular drawing, you'll see that there are a number of points and paths associated with it. And if you were to multiply that little log cabin or ski lodge, whatever it is, to 100, 200 times, like you might do in this kind of a map instance, that's going to make your file size, difficulty with printing, and so on, very much more likely, larger and likely, than it is if you create a symbol with this. So that's the advantage to creating a symbol, as you can reuse these symbols with limited impact on your file size. Alright, so we're going to select the green circle artwork in the scratch area, and we're going to create a symbol out of that one as well. This one we're going to call Novice. Click OK. Then we're going to add the blue square artwork to the symbols panel. We're going to call this Intermediate. We're going to add the black diamond. We're going to call this Expert. And then we're going to add the red square. We're going to call this First Aid. And then we're going to add the oval orange oval, and we're going to call this Chairlift. And then you'll see that our panel should, our symbols panel should resemble the following. You'll see we added 6 new symbols. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exactly. Now we're going to delete these on our artboard. So we're going to select all of these, hit delete, and then we're going to do a Command or Control S to save out our work. Let's see if we can't get to the point where we're actually adding symbols. Now we're going to place symbol instances, and in this instance, or in this lesson, we're going to place symbol instances on the artboard. So if a symbol is an artwork stored on the symbols panel, then the artwork where you put to use in the document is called a symbol instance. You can place a symbol instance on the artboard by first selecting the symbol and then dragging it. All right, so we are going to go back to our Illustrator document and we're going to click the novice symbol on the symbols panel. Which was the novice? This one. The green was the novice. Green. All right, so we're going to select that, and then we're going to click on the down facing arrow, and we are going to place symbol instance. And you'll see that a single novice instance appears on the artboard. We're going to now drag that to a location that is shown in figure 5, and you'll see it on my artboard in just a moment. We're going to click the intermediate symbol. Then we're going to drag it to the artboard above the novice symbol instance. And we're going to drag symbols of the expert, first aid, and chairlift onto the artboard, then position them as shown in figure 5. So next comes the expert. I'm going to get the first aid. And then we're going to get the chairlift. Now we're going to click the chairlift symbol instance on the artboard. We're going to press and hold Alt if you're on a Windows, Option if you're on a Mac, and then drag and drop 3 copies as shown. Oops. Yeah, I didn't want to do that, but let's get back here. And again, you'll see that when you're doing it correctly, this select the symbol and then you hold down the Alt or Option, that little white arrow appears and that indicates that we're just about ready to make a copy. I'm going to click and drag that up here. Now we're going to copy and reposition the novice, intermediate, expert, and first aid symbol instances so that so that our screen resembles figure 7. Dragging and dropping copies is the easiest way to duplicate these and probably the fastest as well. So we're going to look at figure 7. We're going to come over here and mimic that. Pull this up here so I can get it out. This out of the way. So first I'm going to start with the expert. I'm going to select it, hold down Alt or Option, and then I'm going to click and drag that to the new position, a copy of it. Then I'm going to get the intermediate. I just noticed I missed an expert. So we should have 3 experts, and we should have 1, 2, 3, 4 intermediates. 2, 3, 4 intermediates. And then beginners. We're going to reposition that one. Add one up here. And add one over here. And so we should have 1, 2, 3 beginners, 1, 2, 3 beginners. All right, I think you get the idea. The last thing that we have to do is just simply the red cross symbol. So I'm going to close out of here, and I will be back in just a moment to go on with editing a symbol. Be back in just a moment.